ujane so I say bom bom bom. Everybody say we o. E hone de enenam omonum za. More fire for fire. So enko a obo nwom so pe na ya flag o. Obo nwom pe ya the flag ne be kire o. Say internet and YouTube no. You say hey membo nwom so. Ene enwom ya na dama no. Kofi Kinata o se den obi do wa eya do ni bi. We say odo no nkrofo pii wanya den wontase. Odo no nkrofo pii wanya den wontase. Wa hwehwema wenya bibinyi besia na ma onya no so no ona no eden open na nunca otu obuno kase ma beto ne se odo no nkrofo pinti ase shishiwo mo e abotere kwanso ma shishiwo mo abotere kwanso ene ukuada ene nanke me boss kwaku ureku the darling boy kwaku ureku Patrick Osei Ajiman, countryman, songo, one fireman, and they ukwada beboa. Mame tuche mame boss, the superstar. No water can quench his fire. Osojana. Ochase, ijana said ya song of machina and shishimeno. Osojana, piantimi endumjano. The boss man himself, the one fireman, Patrick Osei Ajiman, countryman, songo. Watch out for him. I'm telling you this. And you're warning. And you're warning. And then yet threats. I'm only telling you, say, watch out for the man. Next month, ubejane. Obekane said ye show no sanity. Ye bin frimo. And ye fabi encounter. No kure ni die de papa. We will be our man kure edi wanim kanya. De piano. Obekoswa aide edinkunim nokure neka ede papa intima mintu chemfama dofsu coordinator ewo Kaneshi police station dofsu omo ehwe awade ye wonsem omo edimra no edemra ne ye adwuma inti ne din nankasa no Superintendent Alice Halley Mami tuntum kama bi Mame Superintendent Alice Halley tuntum kama Oko Kaneshi dobsua ehono wo enyo no nko awo Sarah munyina wo CID Sarah hard working policemen, police officers. Ochase, and now back on the crowd, Irene, CID, Sarah, and the Irene. And then Miami body, Miami mates, our Unimac, John McAmpofo, on all National Police Band, or your vocalist, Ampofu, Eradin Shira. More fire. Or see Odono and Crawford P. Yede, Umuntiasia. Otiasia, Kabehu, said your daughter. More fire for fire. Live, Adum TV, so 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Nameya Aduma, Billionaires Hostel on the 30th, that is Ifiada Ebe. And no Billionaires Hostel ene Unimac Elsansi omo carbon organize stress free party for freshers. And you know 30th Friday Priscilla oba boy no no twa camera wa ha no Obed so ni Obed oba boy no Obed or a fresher Obed at starting school and me engage freshers Obed so no the Obed meboa or the Obed young guy be small ketwa no yeah me call me freshers engagement ne me SRC team no ye engagement to school no me hwe no team nam say o ma mani age addition de ye who obi a wo school just encourage the person but modern so be shenin cry who scar na say oni scar de be tua face simple tua be support no nshira wa chide bibiri ye hu no o mamu nshira e chen wo gie no Bible no wanka no kwa o de bia wa yon sabare de bia pese obi de mawo de bia chairman de bia external de bia hey na bengazi de bia okumankra na o de o mabi you to give and it shall be given unto you as well. More fire me shishi no oma so be yi bia mawo no way but ono de o the money says you obeji mamu onshira e chen wogie but obi be prefer say obeji a chen nshira no say o de man pa de obeji a chen nshira no sa na ni pebitie Bible say o mamu onshira e chen wogie ye de bia na obeji onso e ya amabi mo fire me shishi o gina hawo uni hawo show profession. More fire, fire for fire. Akwai ba kruma abegina Ghana ye coat of arm na so e roli edidi just a krunu mentiase ankofo bi kwan emomode Ghana japade ye de omo pesa no e amoma ye hwe ni ye okruma o sebe nipa o kruma eti kruma ene kugina sa yabusumi so anaye coat of arm so ene ruli ye said a small boy we abaye okruma kamuvo si edi nipa na ho beche no but DNT yes you fi wan or numbers or to say numbers na sebe emfaso ni sukura na edi akire be ruli na Ghana ye coat of arm so the diagro the opebia na waja ho na ukọ na ebi nso aba gefuo mienu no ma begina ho atwa photo videos no mo atwa no mo ko just like that ni asusoso ni ejai these people so mo ko no man men yetimu sa no in discipline and ekunya okroma sa no in discipline wow amenya me sports na me nkomanim komwa me sports ni enkwel manamwa. This is totally indiscipline. Say coat of arm na si Independence Square no Blaster Square no na small boy like him, small boy at his age, small boy no abegina say ho no roli ho no roli ye de op small boy all because he saw numbers and on roli wo Ghana you coat of arm na so ni atwa video ni anya enkrofon so a share o na dia wo security video de okogina so no ho nya hi say omo a video no omo share de ye niema bi wo kroma omo ye careful ni ati kroma no bi e de sa numbers no mesia betwituo agina yempanifo ebi so na pe omo ye careful wo kro na yetimi na indiscipline kwa na ekunye no bibia ye yemfe bibia ye di akire small boy takura we small boy we the same thing na kophobia be gina on gay for ye kan ye san kasa no ye kan okroma ya ne say oh ye wie nti no ebi nsi biem just look at what is happening again Mrs. Wom, can you imagine? We at the end or the player my player normal. So what? Or the player man him, baby girl, man him, commentary position, and then Dr. Patrick Ofori, Ebedin Komo, or a sports psychologist. And then I see a share near Busan Sem. Wiki unim koma medie e wo show we so. Enti no, enche many Dr. Bedin Komo no. But one who dia air course wo kroma na America no. Sports na ne betting ne die platform na wo ho no 22 bets e wo ho se ye di betwa betting no e football and ye di gu so. But your regulations e wo ho your mra a Ghana had ye no kra no ba Gaming Commission of Ghana agiatum wo omumre mu no Oye football administrator. Uyo be a sebe oka game no ho football no bobi. Oye involved in the game one. You don't have any rights. Say obeka sa oye den bet no kra no utwa bi bakromu ano. It seems he say administrators na no mucha e de yom ho tam. Eno no mo de football. Na utie de course e was second D 11 wise. And no me said that if Friday in a tesa story no. Adanya second level wise team no akobo ball. Amomo akobo draw. And a so-called obi otine baby ono timi recording ho one players ne say players no adentina omu a ball draw because of the game night then or the bet. Or they be finance or no allegation or they ba abe finance club no sisi wom na uti asem na orebe ho wadum TV so ene Asempa 94.7 ene secondi takra de hwase de FM muntie ni yie sand yema bi sei yemfa nya football tie ai bebeo se wan na what in the baby? No war recorded air to one in my players at the ya. One on only game na waku channel. Jesus Christ. Means ye a gamino. Means ye no.
Pepede SND audio yi
Asempa FM
second 11 wise players inde da
Asempa
adina woye ni one bin we be na woye ni wonim adina woye no the gravity of mistake why mess are we creating wonim oye one day ana oye binim there oye amina meti baby na me di team do twebet na me peske gum kotokum no Bensa until that I would asemi because I will before that I may my flow nimpo anyone I will flow. When you can answer. I may make the day I may instrument I may waha in Ghana because only allowed the able to see Nessica probably into me film by Ghana in the Ghana Premier League teams we know we choose go for a bruchi no more Yamawan because what the Sikano
Asempa FM
see Nessica so or the Bagana or Bayakasi. Men can't say being shown Baseke in the Dream FC would you cabet or your Francis information you didn't want to okay Chamwa no
Asempa FM
900 million into Premier Ghana League ni one sike shida nim nti oye betting no go park nko fo mba na sponsorship no sika na mba nti oye betting ni nko fa result in what you wo team ye inye ne de ye players was derby in the 1 year we pay 1 point over 2.8 billion na Sunday no nke ye di no 1 point in 2.8 billion and adibi wo wa wonim but or there in the one make na what bet ni one or ye team ni paying for na na yet no one ye kan you so we pede wo no kwala one can chire coach ne coach mbisa chairman de umbisa mala so de onya where ononi no academy ya wo pia one individual obi wo bedu ni normal obi wo kwani ni no
ojai
more fire ose ball no bet no or your football administrators nyinara na wo eden wotwa according to ono relegation Shasama, this man, me no. Second 11 wise for no. Me, I know them. Boys be the team next year. Omusubai and my team no. They be an air coffin. Me started fire and yende. Me was second day takra. They know me. Me to me fire my say, Mammy ko park, Mammy ko yomo commentary. Because omo pen correct. That time no, omo bebere empe no kore. Boys be goro boys be edi achire. Papa hwan mone boys be omo didi achire goro boys. Omo no emwa ema team no enye den enko nanim. Omo ne di achire a sa niema we nyina no omo ye den omo hihye achire. Entiti asem na aman ne eka no oteye. Eno no signed abe fore other clubs are a wukrumoa. Na diama mewura sa hokra ni say after say Abdusalam e baye e be receive flag ni say FA Cup na ye bo kromoa no FA Cup na ye bo e wukrumoa no FA Cup na ye nim say e kita that credibility enti no sebe enya sponsorship a e di mu company di mu ati say eda so constantly company no a sponsor FA Cup no abedu this level no say eno so kura no omo de yeden omo di twa betting once mo Ghana oka no one kan say men kan say na yentie Abdusalam oye president meboa edema new edbiase one a finance team no one a oye bank ruler one a shit team no na de me ya ne say o de ti Abdusalam o de ti na sem na o kan no me nka say mo bia ti Abdusalam
If I Bonia destroy a game, no. So I can say 2 years ago, your ball competition be war in short. I'm after maybe I can't want some more radio. Family players, the Subamboni or modernity, I was a competition. Let me name baby, I can't want some. I'm saying, I could see a coso. 2 seasons ago, I'm there Congress. I'm a president yesterday. Manager pa say or say obi make sure say betting companies obi an you your clubs eventual betting bill am yen na budget because na there the fee say
Asempa
FM as a football administrator no say your football no to kind manager but after okay no after kind of say I don't know about me kese did they me buza say your interest be woman omo use your clubs no o de main question pokra me this is me 11 wise match e o takwade e o na
Asempa FM
akoria frame no start here come me 11 wise match asem oguso kana ana me catch and say just say o 11 wise ni all match in interest. No me lose match no ma 11 was 2-1. Ewo takrad. Ewo na
ewo in for second D.
Yes, no me kwa we.
No, okay.
Me kwa we.
But nipa no Ghana ni o Ghana ha na say no we base.
Ghana ni o Germany o Germany.
Okay.
So Ghana ni o Germany. Ano frame. To frame no. Na so ni na say omo opese de match no ekabet and the master the dinner time papa
I didn't know no free
I don't know so media okay no the interest yeah or say do de no man na ka tell say me obi am a nice person so me and just one ka tell say ade e fe ne tata haram me person be friend me number bi enti asema enso atema ne didi no de no didi kan notification didi na tempa didi na tempa ka tell say manu friend me number bi na maso women ultimate sports me show me di mo chinechi ekoye me didi na tembi no na me friend me see you na me friend my administrators and say omomo mani ko team no because it's almost starting say omo the far na ni omo the far na ni omo the far nti omo make sure say ana sa match no so omo make sure say ye be kwa ko win match no me ani di achiri kota kwa de te honnom ayina school na o de man say
Asempa
yen protect sa school line no ayimaso same school line buy
eno ane buy
sa ho from me ka tell say o person school line yes yen we meet ho yenya me and you me book finally na born here 1-1 that minute born about 2-1 I said to piase it was how much no between me just
na the one yen obi ye yana
yes I me no the friend go was I might you mean tell you so much you say lose much way 2-1 me just here so me say junior before me tell am say bibi because what I was say ye nyina ye really because the system is bad right means of phone question here me match
Asempa
even just last week me ball match every year me one opinion be frame
na match na against team ben
me anyway I use this was a year Saturday I do 1 week
okay
me be me do question and never be na ya na opinion be frame or frame no ka say me yire me ho pa o say some match we measure mansha enye mame ko dia zo me fa zo me se na school me wa ha me ame wa ha maso le de match isi so ye bo 1-1 ye bo 1-1 na penyi mi sa friend say ana odi penyi bi to so a oye odi penyi bi to so a oye edmo ye friend say gaming commission no ka dey na sa wa so Abdulsalam utwa beta na Abdulsalam say adenosha Abdulsalam match ma who be 2 or 3 okay so me tell win the match I'm more for predict e be mu pepe I'm the match we people say Abdulsalam utwa bet no say Abdulsalam utwa bet no say that Abdulsalam dey bet dimiti atwa man no say the match no e wo say 1-1 o e wo bet say 1-1 o basu I say ye bobo ni we no frame no di nipa no eto so say nipa na kan confirm am no say enti one ko twa also do ni that ade no na wo be Abdulsalam match pa wa na say die go ni twa lom so o mu twa furu ba bro chire ni 1-1 ojai
more fire we on the first one out here no about 11 wise no one of the funny say or also a businessman on a finance wise team no and a way so ye club president football administrator in fact owner of New Edubiase Abdulsalam Yakubu and I would say in Kano so what you mean for the match room one with the dear football na ye now me pese wutie MTN FA Cup and I say wo de yentie FA Cup committee chairman FA Cup committee no owura kacha du nsimo no kraku ebe ye FA Cup no e ma ne ya akono enye FA Cup nyina na ene yenya da constant sponsorship wo so a homo sponsor ni nyina no na ye keto kraku FA president in the time and the bema FA Cup no ebe ye FA Cup and they had your mode de tie ti ono angasa chairman no se ono kura nso no ye san frɛ no ye frɛ no kyerɛ ne sɛ o game wey wɔn de twa bet committee chairman o ɛnyɛ sɛ we club president said we abɛka ne deɛ na supporter bi nso abɛka ne deɛ no we yɛ committee chairman of the FA no the product FA Cup anka by this time no say FA no ka wie 12 and ne ka ball 12 no anajo dasuom nanka news abane say FA Cup committee no chairman no yamane tempera say yayi na free so for now because yentie udetie FA Cup no committee chairman ti ono ananum asem na memfa we nsi wa menka bibia wa chire ti ono ananum asem
yes, I have received calls obi wa brochira opese obisa say am I interested in match me the master me we are me achiwo yes me akwa menya a couple of approaches there but this was some time and any nations April hono Ghana nam fi say trap kra no ebia ye dey trap FIFA na CAF na GFA ebia omo dey trap omo re omo that's what I thought.
But you didn't report.
But I never knew say authenticity.
Now on report Emma FA say bia when this call and that call.
Name is Muludo. I didn't but I discussed it with some of my colleagues. Ubize Moses Parker say my friend. Like I just Moses. Ubia is not so remember almost. I know mutie. Or my friend. His past comments like that. Also remember when we are almost 1, 2, 3. Got
the difference between young presenters and young investors, no, and say yeah manipulative games. So yeah, but the administrators in the SCB manipulative. A be and a syndicate. Almost share chain. The money yeah. Money dangerous pa.
That's why I'm saying this Premier League, right? Which be nominated suspended players in the idea. It's something that is real. Any panquine there. It's a threat. It's something I say, baby. I agree with you.
No, okay.
And I won't say what the boy early detection, and then will be any report to her.
Matthias, because the warning signs are clear.
Abdul Salam nya evidence no utu anamobi anke bebuaye yanke bebuaye
nje wo so nya bi wo so wantu anamont ono so adaso
be ana make say me no me consult here I may not begin a buy now man 200 because I thought say me the first trap will be me. I thought it was a trap. I thought it was an integrity be a process almost they finding out who are liable, who are into such in Yamano.
To one funny serious.
It's a normal practice. Sometimes you can test your staff. You can test integrity. Don't everything. It's a normal way.
Matthias.
More fire. Live our Doom TV so 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. 22 bets. Kona kope echida kwan. Na register 22bets.com.gh. Promo code no and that screen so no. Fire for fire. And a promo code no. Fire for fire. Me say and a promo code no. 22bets.com.gh. We are depositor and UEFA Champions League last year group stage matches. One action no said yet here. Champions League. It's a teams na qualify ne wo mo a qualify ne nyina no. Chese February bosume mu. And e be side den ya sambo Champions League ni bi. Entiende no fireworks 22bets.com.gh. Also we bet to play, we bet to win. 22bet. Register. We deposit wo mo a we benya 200% welcome bonus. Wabra we use promo code fire for fire. use promo code fire for fire no the year registration na 22 beds ubenya 200% welcome bonus more fire Ghana league no ena ehwo asem no aye pepere aye betting ne de yenkase obi antwa bi o ba wo a unim se wo ye football administrator no utwa bet side o hyehyɛ na se supporters no ena mo fan fully wom ko game no munim results ne deda ball no ye ko bona results no e wo ho deda enye competitive bi enye competition eye mere ceremonial game and omobo enti sanete enti yenko Dr. Patrick Ofori ho so won kan kire me sweetheart me den ho ti yenko Dr. Patrick Ofori ho ono ye sports psychologist. In fact, University of Cape Coast and I'm name Dr. Patrick Ofori. Enti no ma many doc eni nkomo kakra. Doc we de mesre se obe mute we yin na wa activate your friends we yin na mame on mute no mame now video no mame hunu wo screen so kama na yintimi ndi nkomo live ewo DSTV ne Go TV and afi Adum TV live on YouTube, Adum TV live on YouTube, Asempa FM live on YouTube. Dr. Patrick Ofori. Dr. Patrick Otimenka.
Metionka.
Okay. But me who hey Doc, you share ya cho.
Ayo.
Na oko say hink na asem who watch zaro.
Oh, yes sure.
In fact, on record, Doc eka womo a etete me ewo ATL FM ewo UCC womo a ema me say o kasa o TV so no radio so a ma wano ho kasa ente Dr. Patrick Ofori eka sampanifo ne ho nti ene no me privilege say me saka opening kasi live ewo show no so Doc we dey my show be 3 days in fact from Monday any enra show ami ye nyina no efa owura kwasi yantechi na recommendation a why ye dia tum se ye Black Stars no ehia psychologist we and wo sign aye se yempo ye coach na nkasa kranso ehia psychologist because otisi park so wo brand player bi shego me pese we de o kire wo educate ye kakra ye ka so be a psychologist eno any sports psychologist no ensunsun ye dem no me patro ye den
We de me mama na ma chia wonu watiefo nyina ne omo so hwenwo omo fiefiem ne ba bibia.
okay
And sonson ye adem anye bibia eson bebre na se ye woku ba tan a one I say obi a ubetimi a practice say we psychologist hanum say Ghana psychological council to mo dituma American Psychological Association and then British Psychological Society, that's the BPS in UK, so I'm so due to. Now, him now call you unkraba time be your unkraba time be your ma no more cognitive and neuro or more be a behavioral psychologist, clinical psychologist, industrial and organizational psychologist, and CC ne adodona friend even sports psychology and elite high performance situational and yet just even sports agokansi nkwana omoye wohwe oma omoko bibiti say NASA space ni those who work in extremely stressful environment and as extremely high level of stress now, a group of psychologists have gradually as we carve nature or only specialized for only sports. Now, can sports psychologists and that's Oma picky all the basic theories and answer school of thought or psychology ni apply sa nimdeɛ no ade aboa coaches ati ane agokansiefo a fa omo esu ene omo ban nneɛma ombɛyɛ kwan ombɛfa so enya gidie ma pa omo ankasa nneɛma a omo sua mu na face so kra for coaches ni ade omo communication and the process a obetimi de aboa ama omo ankasa ene omo players enkita hodie akosoro akonkan ne abroni beka coach athlete relationship. And then yesa ko actually can say within the backroom staff no kra no hwa e dodo na be a medical doctor, be a physio, be a nutritionist, be a C and non so psychologist no ewa asudie kese say or cancer ankofo ni nyina ambom no mo ti bibia fre no rule clarity no bi agitum say me ahana me boundaries ekosi ahana ye nyina ye share information near the boy team no ama team na kosoro no enti so working with a multi sports science team and also a psychologist Nejima say he can create that wonderful team building activities abemo mu nyina team yenya collective sense of purpose and reason to achieve a greater goal together.
Eti obebe busa se adentina se say football psychologist asa abaya dia ehia pa se chenchina asi enya bi ewo ye national team ni mu anase ye football na ye okromo ano
ehu ba ehia ache as far back 1930 and in 1950s ni na the Brazilians and Uruguay for no use sports psychologists and the Brazilians even went to the extent of using dentists and other specialists. Now, say with social media, any abrabomu stress, a lot of stresses I want and near bibrewan here, a bit me creative distraction now. And who here say, ubetimi enya psychologist obeboa no ahye players ni mu kenama omatimi a focus on nneema ehihia mu na afei so omatimi improve omo concentration level na afei so obeboa omo ama omatimi ahyehye omo nneema yi towards say omu jago kansi no crazy no omo retire kwan ben so ana omo betimi abo omo bra after sebia wo praye anaso ono ankasa ne abroni friend voluntary retirement ono ase makoma home gym na obema omo alternative career path ne ade ansa ne ma nyina ya ade a sports psychologist ne yeboa ana also ahwe sisi with social media any the stress levels are even hostile fans any anase unforgiving supporters any even management ne directors how some can even go to the media no makwakan bibi na afi wan hwe a na de asudie kese aba be to player no so coach ni so ene ebia ne ayesa aka na significant others ne ya ne se wa wo yire anase wunua ai frɛ wa ka kyerɛ se na ball fon be na se bi wo kɔ ball na no na onim si ati honom ne ade saa ne ma nyina na ama ɛho ahia se wobenye obi a sebe wakwadre ɛwo nimdia a wɔte amamere ene the like this the social environment in a setting so obetimi aboa abringi saa suahunu no ede aboa agokansiefo no ene omo atraining ene omo ka ho no ama omo nyina atimi edi nsawoso pa abam no makopu saa pressure ne stress a associated with high performance sports.
Na me pese dia o katwi no on se brofo pa adwuma na wo ye no so se de wato bo ase e kire yemu ama yate ase no Awurade nhyira ba doc na me pese me bisa sase on se Nansen to say AFCON ye course yi. Senegal at a point no bia ayera every park so Amanaka the only player Sadio Mane. It is Oshem Krana service a bench wo krano na psychologist ankasa krati wobia ono krasi game no ombobiem. Yehunu penalty shoot, yehunu World Cup ne AFCON ne incident ahodo a eya na esisisi ewo mu. Enema bi say no edie ben pa na Ruben and Albeka psychologist a play was sa nyoma we mu when pressure no ano odene na eba Ruben na o psychologist a ube play wo.
I mean, say omo psychologist ne a top other sports scientists I can't even.
But omo nyina yira
Omo nyina yira because on the field of play, yenya a team sheet in any tan anymore. The head coach is the leader.
Okay.
We all take instructions from him, except and near Bruni Bekan convulsion, say play and it yashe hono. And no pen and saying, or mama hon can say the decision has to say play and never continue or not to continue. Rest with the medical officers.
Okay.
And he say if the head coach say yin and I am called dressing room, and for all you may know, the psychologist also felt say, let's create this disruption. It will come with the sanctions, but let the pressure consume the home team, who are omunye cap nibida, any baby and no investment. By the time I am run, the pressure will be on the players more. So share the Moroccan players didn't protect Niano Kwakobo born anthem. So what most of the teams are mobile penalties are well-drilled teams in the Premier League. Normally, your ball penalty and you know your man in football on them because see a video analysis in the new football be quickly they are communicating to the goalkeeper the direction with this particular player the beko. And some would want the player to go through the process of what we normally call going through the zone. Send your noble team are prepared mentally to come and take, whilst others disrupt opposing players in a normal so maybe he's going through what we normally call the visualization or mental preparation obey at the etimi enya adrimukai any certainty baby or pese or the bono ekoto. And the no could also be a strategy you see.
Okay.
And I don't also forget emotions and regulations and other things. Although as sports psychologists, there be a country coaches, players say of all the things I will be to my control. Referees' decisions, whether opposing team players' behavior near dinner, isuni or mobile on better than dinner, and yadia will be to my control. But a name praying nana players no biana etimi ekopo with that pressure, knowing say emotions and tensions were high and skyrocketing all over the roof.
Okay.
And I'm not surprised the Senegalese players behave that. But above all, they should say they were mentally tougher than any team that they met in the competition. How collectively they even protected their goalkeeper on the issue of the tower and any clearly given clear indication say a team almost easy na no sports psychology say all what if scenarios where a reserve goalkeeper could protect keeper na tower throughout 120 minutes actually say the oman other matches in a keke. Omuhu say, ye betimi adi nkunuma, whose fans ne be say, omo be say, ebi emfe yenu anene sa nema we nyina anko. We see a day be. So okay. It could also mean that they had a very good dress rehearsal for it. You cannot discount anything from Sadio. And nobody can doubt a player like Sadio mentality. And he was a part of a group a renowned German coach who also worked with a lot of psychologists at Liverpool club, could even say these are players who has what he term mentality monsters, such as adwene party, ye.
Okay. In fact, I'm going to pese me bisa about 2 questions bi pe na fe meja omuna nso dwumadi a odie no atimi ato aso. Yenhwe ye Black Stars ye wo hoyi. Se minim se dressing room na ade player address corner there definitely the psychologist no be ye ehun adwuma ansa bia omo apia kogina park ne so. But ade be na eya na mostly no ye beka say common bibia utumi se players ntimi come through and omutimi famu a we need hear that particular attention before a game.
Normally you believe we say it take players long time to get to the zone, and I say adwene pay pese bi on pese omu, and I say unim players na and na psychologists need the handlers of the team. Munim players need to go through a certain routine. Others may see that as superstition, others may see that as religion, others may see that as mental skills, that they are mental preparation. What you need to do as a psychologist in those moments, most of the work is done outside the stadium, and especially during the long campaign period. And for most elite teams, what they do is a psychological preparation start at the youth stage, where yoga, meditation, visualization, and all those psychological skills, anger management, and then also emotional regulations, developing team codes and conduct, and even communication signs that they will use in certain situations. And then within that, all my players need be role. And to overhear most of the teams, and talk about there is a particular player who show up to control and tell others. No matter say be a captain or be a catcher, and I'm gonna remind them say, who say, ya can't say me, and the big cry about and identity. You develop all these roles for some team players, and then some phrases. Bruniba can be a positive phrases, and answer how you can even cognitive reappraisal of a certain situations, and how you can change negative situations into positiveness and then also activities are be a campaign Homaye. Ghana noted among them orientation and new players, These are things that help players bond and enhance team cohesion, and also give them a sense of purpose and a unity of purpose to build on.
Okay. All right. And share a blaster the current team now. Over recommend a psychologist for coach Nenkwa and a B for team Nenkwa, and I say ofo say omunyinano any here and I here kura.
A very essential part. It's a non-negotiable BBI. I say, I can tell you some of the teams are coming to the tournament with about 9 psychologists.
9 psychologists?
Yes, those who are looking at players and certain behaviors. And then also the neurons. And now we have psychologists who specialize in penalty and how to create that pressure situation in the team's camp and how they can replicate that. They would want to pick them up and then help, and they all report to maybe the main senior psychologists who help moderate the normal psychologists in a behavior. Because don't forget, it's most automatically become a supporter.
Okay.
So if you don't have what we call a mentor that you will refer to, or a reflective mirror. So the senior psychologists become more or less a reflective mirror that you report one kasa will behavior no here, especially so again in Ikradia. Now say because you need to have a self-awareness whereby you draw the line as a Ghanaian, a supporter, and then also as a professional within the space. And coaches, and I would say the coach will not just need a psychologist. Or better saying here, And I think that he already has some senior coaches who are mentors that maybe after games or tournament we say he will do some form of debriefing with them ebeboa ama wohu ni insa so na mpre bebre no pressure eba omo so no ejina some of the comment and I think that with the Nigeria now okay leading up to that game share the issues that has happened and in Komo and in Sema both people who are closer to the team and the journalists and especially you and it's in a power culture so the confrontation and the way the question was asked put not only the coach's skills or competency into doubt, but himself as even a human being. You create somehow on a situation difficult for many people to deal with. And we shouldn't forget, especially coaches and players who were raised not necessarily from our culture, or more coping level, no more stress level, no to say because one nanti be a 5 or 3 kilometers in school near dinner builds you up. And our faces will be a more born or cry and your coaching through that level. You could clearly see, and to share how we even assimilate and accept some of these players from a Ghanaian there, but more amanonia, the environment, what we call the autonomy support, whereby coaches and people are supposed to show some level of respect and even giving reasons why ye change you any other. Those cultural adaptation are things that we cannot take for granted, and especially if we intend say some of these players are decided some best situation. We really need a special reorientation for them, and more or less socialization reorientation that makes them accept. And I will give you a clear example when in the days of Wenger, when he started bringing in the Brazilians. Brazilian players better throughout. Player one ni bi omu say at all so. And no one meet me change you. Whereas the likes of Tony Adams and those British boys, see say leading up to the game, you are supposed to be quiet, going through your mental process and focusing there. It created a bit of friction. So managing all these differences become critical element in ensuring say or mobility aye ebi mo hokra na ebi mo ntitwi and crying especially and which language are common in the national team because most of the players not to say how do these players interpret say mooding komo udru hon mama teneko ebi a hausa na say say all these can create some form of dissonance and uneasiness and some tension within that with the orientation. It will help the players who are already there to know so as much as possible yet the table na say we mu bi muti honoma yen try say a brofo ne be can say a friend that they are comfortable. We should ensure that you be used to your communication to also let them feel loved and accepted. And it also boils down to how players will even be paired in rooms in this during and then during the tournament situation.
Doc, medicine map time na masan eno edin komo because en komo no bebre na wa chirenti no em se mre no na atia me kakra because nanka o ka se teams ni bi use 9 psychologists no na mpese mbuisa se enti no hwe a blaster ye be ye hia numbers be sen psychologist no ye be hia numbers be sen na yetimi e dia ye blaster ye ko work up be 10 and 5.
Not really. You know, the concept has not been well established. So who introduce you need to take your time. And these are decisions that the management team and then the head coach. You can't also bring a psychologist where the head coach and the playing body and the other staff not yet that comfortable. And you also don't want to risk it. So if possible, the coach can then decide, and I know in their work they've worked with other professionals within the sports scientists that will make them feel comfortable. Say these people are not here to report me to management. It's also something that you need to strike the balance well.
All right, medase Dr. Patrick Ofori. Doc, we de medase pane adajira wanya edi amame ene na nyame ya aduma ye bepebre na live ewo eye Adum TV so no yato nsafro no waba studio we de adesrede pa da obenya adajira bia no anka waba studio na yetimi edi nkomo full show no na yetimi ahwe adwene mu de ehia me no ka se metam na pa ho ntime me director se me kura nso me hia psychologist enti no me sure say ebepebre na yetimi edi nkomo kakra eti mamenda Dr. Patrick Ofori so ase na me sure say I'm an international so here psychologist and eresi o psychologist ni different and Thomas also the no first use munyina mu here psychologist Paul the here cash psychologist anti no do say obia won psychologist Yusuf who here cash psychologist eti yede besi dame atuma me dey KKobby Stonne okumankra ba kwa amaka ensuro ja